Welcome back, YouTube. So this is the 10th video of the 10 episode series. I know I said I was going to do an extra video, but I think I'm just going to lump it into this one real quick because this is just kind of going to be a brief overview of these different products. So you have everything set up, you have the LLC, EIN, the advertisements, you got your job scheduled, you priced out the job, um, and now we got to worry about the administrative side of things, such as your taxes and bookkeeping. So now the beauty of this is that they make programs, and the most popular one is QuickBooks. And also QuickBooks is integrated with Intuit, which is where you're going to be submitting your taxes if you do it on your own. You can also get an accountant that can do it for you. So QuickBooks here, pretty self-explanatory. You have different plans, and like I said, investing in that Google Ads, investing in that Jobber or CRM, and then investing into this also with every door direct mail it sucks putting up that money. It really does, but your profit will be tenfold. Now, say you spent no money on any of these softwares and you made $50,000, right? So sure, your profit was $50,000. Now you might have to spend a total of $1,000 a year on software, but instead of making $50,000, you could probably make $100 to $150,000 just because of your administrative tasks that are being wiped out. You have more time that you can spend mowing. You can create more route density. You can keep up with your payments. You can keep up with the clients, and you continuously follow up on leads. So here, I got the essentials package for my business, and they're always running some sort of discount going on. So you can save 50% for the first 3 months, which is perfect. It helps you out starting up that cash flow. And once you sign up for this account, you can put all your information in there. Then you can also link QuickBooks with your Jobber. So Jobber, every time you send out an invoice, every time someone pays, or your cash flow goes up, it will record it onto QuickBooks. So that way you never have to really log into QuickBooks to do anything like that. But what also QuickBooks has is an app, and you can go on that app and you can take pictures of your receipts. So that allows you to track all the receipts that you have when it comes to writing off any sort of purchases or materials or equipment. So you can upload the receipt with the purchase that you made, and then right there you have proof that receipt exists. So say 6 years down the road, an audit comes your way, you have the receipt in a digital format, and you can prove to the IRS, yes, I did make this purchase, yes, this is how much it cost, and yes, I did put it down as a write-off. So now you can also track your mileage using your phone. So you can sit there and every time you get in the vehicle, you can click track mileage. And then now that uses your GPS on your phone, and it will track wherever you go. And it will track the different places that you go to, the different client houses or stores you need to go to, supply areas you need to go to. And you can also write off the gas mileage of your vehicle. You can also put in all your expenses, your recurring expenses, your fixed expenses, emergency expenses, your supplies, your material costs, everything you can throw into there. It'll make you a P&L sheet or profit and loss sheet. It'll make you a balance sheet. It'll give you your quarterly filings. It'll suggest how much you should probably put in for your quarterly filings based on your state. So for me, it was Connecticut. So my sales tax was 6.35, and I had to pay that every single quarter. Actually, monthly. You should really look into that. Make sure you don't make the mistake that I made and file monthly or file quarterly when you're supposed to be filing monthly. So QuickBooks is definitely very important. Also, the beauty about QuickBooks is that you can have an accountant who works remotely, and you can hire them to do your bookkeeping, to do your taxes, to handle everything that is going on in your business. So what you can do is give them access to your QuickBooks, and you don't need to meet them in person. You can call them on the phone, take a Zoom call, whatever you need to do, and you can tell them exactly what your business is, and they will tell you what the services they provide, how much you got to pay them, and then they can take care of everything for you. So you just send over your information, or you just upload your information automatically to QuickBooks, and then they can go on and they can tell you like, hey, it's come to the end of the year, you need to buy some equipment to save on taxes, or hey, maybe your cash flow is suffering, you need to kind of book more jobs, or they can advise you very strategically on where your business needs to go and how to grow it and how to save the most money. So that's why QuickBooks is definitely a great investment as well. Now, in terms of having your landscaping business ready to go, so this one's more focused on landscaping, not for all the services. But landscaping, your biggest purchase is probably going to be, well, if you don't have a vehicle, so if you don't have a truck or a vehicle that can tow up to about 6,000 pounds, um, then that's probably going to be your biggest expense. And you're going to have to buy a vehicle that has the capability of doing that. But on the flip side, now the mower that we used was Exmark. That was the brand. And just about every brand of mowers are going to be just about the same, just like trucks nowadays. They're all relatively the same. They have the same engineering, and you're going to get what you get with each option. Um, but with mowers, relatively the same thing. You can do Exmark, you can do Skag, you can do Wright, you can do John Deere, whichever you choose. I would just suggest doing so right here, actually, ironically enough, your local dealer. So whatever your local dealer has, that's the brand I would suggest going to, because if anything ever happens to your mower, and it does all the time, your belt snaps, your pulley gets dented, your blade breaks, you need new blades, you need to do the transmission flush, you need whatever you need to do to the mower. You can bring it right to the dealer, and usually it's always covered under warranty. So a lot of these companies do, like Xmark here, they have different financial or financing options. So you can do no interest if paid in full within 6 months, 3.99% APR, 12 months, 48 months, 60 months, 24 months. And what this allows you to do is it allows you to create cash flow without having to put up a lot of money in the beginning. So you can create that income, and you only have to spend maybe 70, 80, $100 a month on the equipment that you have. So that equipment can be essentially making you money every single month, and you only got to pay a small fraction of that income that that equipment makes you each month until it's paid off. It's also depreciation expense. You can put that right into QuickBooks, and it depreciates over 5 years. So then also these local dealers are going to have all the miscellaneous tools, such as your weed whacker, your leaf blower, your hedge trimmer, what else that you need. So that's a great option there. Then also, I guess the last part is just gonna be on selling when it comes to selling a customer. So I had no experience selling when I started this landscaping business. I had no idea what I was doing, but I knew that I can connect with people and build rapport. So I would always make sure to be courteous. That's the number one step. So if you come to a property or if you're talking on the phone, always be energetic. Always be excited to talk to them. I mean, you should be. They're asking you for your business, and you should be excited to talk to them because you're trying to grow it and you're trying to earn more customers and make sure those customers are loyal and keep that retention rate up. So you want to make sure your customers are taken care of to the full extent. So for example, say someone asks for a request, you get back to them immediately. You see the request on your phone, I'm gonna call them right now. So 30 seconds if they put in a request, it will blow their mind. I can't tell you how many customers sat there and was like, I can't believe how fast you got back to me. This is amazing. I've never met a landscaping company that does that. I call around all the time and no one ever answers. Like, I can't believe you got back to me this quick. And right there, that's a great first impression. And more often than not, they're going to go with you, no matter what price you give them, because you showed them that you're gonna be easy to work with. Your customer service is through the roof, and that you're a reliable person. So then once you set up a time, so say you do over the phone, so you can't really have that like interpersonal like change of or exchange of communication, right? But say you pull up to the property, right? So you come to their house and you're gonna go talk to the customer. So you want to be courteous. You don't want to step on their lawn. You're not taking care of it yet. So you want to use the sidewalk or the driveway. You want to ring the doorbell. You want to greet them, a firm handshake. Ask them how their day is. Give them a compliment on their property. You have a beautiful home here, or oh my God, your dog's so cute. Something like that to build rapport, to show that you're kind, to be friendly. And then more often than not, what I experienced was that when it came to selling them on our product, which is basically us providing the service, we really never talked about what the service is. What it involved was like, oh, what do you do? What's going on with your life? Like, how long have you been here? Do you like it here? Are the kids in school? Anything. Talking about life in general and building rapport and an actual connection with the client, right? And what another tip I always did was hey, if you have a free second here, would you mind walking around the property with me just to point out what exactly that you need to be done? And so they, oh yeah, and absolutely no problem, 99% of the time. So they come out and making sure you take notes on your phone, but express to them that you're doing that because you don't want them to think that you're sitting there texting. So be like, oh, just so you know, I'm taking notes on my phone. That's why I'm typing away here. And just so I can have their notes and it can be updated immediately so the guys know exactly what you want and what needs to be done. And more often than not, they're gonna be very grateful for that because you're actually listening and you're paying attention to what their needs are. Um, and then after all that, you come up with a price and you sit there and you do it based off of your previous experiences. So if you have, roughly 5,000 square feet that you need to mow, and there's no trees in the way, and it's a pretty level surface, it's going to take you 15 minutes to mow. One guy's mowing, one guy's weed whacking, and it's going to be relatively quick. So that's why you want to have a base minimum price, and ours is 57.50. And you just explain that, like, hey, this is gonna be one of our quicker properties, but we do have a base price of 57.50. That's where we're gonna be, and then more, usually they're gonna negotiate with you, and they're like, oh, well, can you do it for a little bit less? Can you do X, Y, and Z? And you just explain to them, like, listen, it costs a lot of money for us to get out here. It costs a lot of money for us to run this business. It costs a lot of money for us just to start up the mower. And that's why we have a base price, and we need to keep it there. And I'm very sorry that if it might not work great with your budget, but that is our base price, unfortunately. And, if they say yes, then great, you got another customer. But you don't want to be too lenient on this pricing here, because in the end, you're going to screw yourself. Because if you go, "Oh, okay, how about $40, right? And so you have two employees there, and you pay them each $20 an hour. You're going to have to, you basically just lost all your profit, right? Sure, it might take them 15 minutes, but you're billing for the hour, you know? So, anyways, that's a brief overview of selling, what maybe objections you're gonna have, or how to go about selling the customer. But really, I think it boils down to just being transparent, understanding, listening to the customer, and building that rapport with them, and doing that, and going into the interaction with a positive, enlightenment. You want to be caring. You want to be excited. You want to be thankful that they're giving you your business, and show that you're going to take care of them. But I hope this helped, and I hope you guys really enjoyed this series. If you have any more questions, feel free to reach out to me. My contact information's all throughout my YouTube channel here. And I wish you guys the best of luck in whatever business that you decide to go down. And if you go down landscaping, best of luck. It is rewarding, and it can be very profitable. You just want to do it right. You want to make sure that you have your system set up in play so that everything runs smoothly.